You wake up, and before your feet even touch the floor, you've already checked your notifications. There's a message from work, 2 group chats, 1 update from the news, and 5 random videos you didn't ask to see. Before you've even taken your first breath of real life, someone else's thoughts have entered your brain. And that's just the first 30 seconds of your day. We used to wake up with our own thoughts. Now we wake up mid-scroll, chasing updates, stimulation, novelty. We check social media in the bathroom, podcasts during breakfast, videos while getting dressed. We've mastered the art of never being alone, not even with ourselves. We don't just fear silence, we've forgotten it. Here's the twist. It doesn't feel like a problem. In fact, it feels productive, like you're learning, staying informed, catching up. But deep down, something feels off. You're always plugged in, and yet constantly drained. That's because the cost of constant input is anxiety. And the cure? It might just be the very thing you've been avoiding: boredom. But how can boredom, something we were taught to escape, become a shield against anxiety? Let's clear something up. Boredom isn't bad. Boredom is ancient. In fact, it's part of how your brain tells you something important. Hey, we've got space now. Let's explore. But instead of exploring, we escape, because we've learned to fear that space. Remember being a kid, lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling, watching dust float through sunlight? That wasn't wasted time. That was your brain breathing. That was the space where imagination began, where you invented stories, asked weird questions, built entire worlds out of silence. Today, that kind of boredom has been replaced by content, by noise, by notifications. Here's what almost no one tells you. You can't feel curious and anxious at the same time. Curiosity requires stillness. Anxiety thrives on noise. Boredom is how your brain clears the fog. It's not the absence of stimulation, it's the invitation to pay attention. When you feel anxious, your brain is overwhelmed with unresolved input. But when you allow boredom, your mind gets a chance to sort it out. It's the emotional equivalent of cleaning your room. Not fun at first, but afterward, you can finally breathe. But why does our brain fight boredom so much? Here's the truth no one wants to hear. Boredom feels hard because we're addicted. Not in a dramatic, headline-grabbing way, but in a subtle, socially accepted way. We are addicted to input. The algorithm is not just on your phone. It's in your brain now. Each time you feel a flicker of stillness, your mind panics. Open something. Click something. Don't just sit here. Why? Because when you sit still, your brain finally starts hearing its own thoughts. And some of those thoughts, they're uncomfortable. The to-do list you've been avoiding, the conversation that didn't go well, the feeling of not being enough. Stillness brings all of that to the surface. So you scroll again, you just check, you distract yourself. It's not your fault. You were trained to do this. The platforms are built to reward restlessness, to keep you jumping, tapping, reacting. But here's what they never teach you. Your anxiety isn't coming from what you haven't done. It's coming from the space you've never allowed. So how do you retrain your mind to sit with boredom again?
Doing nothing isn't easy. It's a skill. And like any skill, it starts small. You don't go from overstimulated to Zen monk overnight. You start with 2 minutes. Seriously, try it. Sit down, no phone, no music, no distractions. Set a timer for 2 minutes and just sit. You'll feel resistance. You'll want to reach for something. You'll check the time. But something strange will also happen. You'll notice. You'll notice your breathing, your shoulders, a tension you didn't know you were carrying. And eventually, if you keep doing this, you'll notice a thought you've been avoiding, an idea you've never considered, a problem you've suddenly solved. This is what happens when your mind gets space. It starts working with you instead of against you. Now, imagine what happens when you protect this space each day. Not hours, just a few minutes. You go from reactive to reflective. You stop drowning in noise and start surfacing your own voice.
There's one habit almost every creative thinker in history shared. They walked, alone, in silence. No headphones, no input, just movement and space. Einstein walked for hours. Jobs took long walks before every big decision. Da Vinci would wander and observe the shapes of trees. They weren't wasting time. They were creating mental space. When you walk without input, your brain enters what's called the default mode network, the system responsible for reflection, big-picture thinking, and emotional regulation. In other words, it's how you unstick your mind. You're not designed to think your way out of anxiety while staring at a screen. You have to move. You have to be bored. You have to let your thoughts catch up. So next time you feel anxious, don't scroll. Walk in silence. Let your mind breathe. And what about those anxious thoughts that won't go away?
There's something important to say here. Stillness won't magically erase your anxiety. In fact, at first, it might make it louder. That's because you've silenced your mind with noise for so long that when you finally sit still, the volume feels unbearable. But that's not the problem. That's the healing. You can't outrun a thought. You can't outscroll an emotion. But when you sit long enough, when you don't flinch, that thought starts to lose its power. You realize, I can feel this and still be okay. I can be anxious and still move forward. Boredom becomes the gateway to presence. Presence becomes the gateway to peace. And over time, peace becomes your new baseline. Not because life gets easier, but because your mind gets stronger.
Let's get practical. If you want stillness in your life, you have to design for it. You can't wait until everything is done. It never will be. Here's how you start. 1. Morning minutes. Before you open your phone, open your thoughts. Sit for 3 minutes. Look out the window. Feel your breath. 2. Silent walks. 1 walk a day. No podcast, no music, no multitasking. Let your mind wander. That's when insight sneaks in. 3. Bedtime boredom. Replace your phone with stillness for 5 minutes before sleep. Let your mind settle, not scroll. These aren't extras. They're the foundation. You don't have to become a monk. You just have to remember you're human. And humans need silence like lungs need oxygen. You might think all of this sounds slow. Like doing less is weak. Like boredom is lazy. But here's the truth. It's not laziness. It's leadership. In a world addicted to speed, silence is power. In a culture obsessed with doing, stillness is wisdom. In a timeline flooded with noise, boredom is your shield. So the next time you feel anxious, don't grab your phone. Don't try to fix it. Just breathe. Just stop. Because now you know. You're anxious because you never get bored. And the antidote isn't more hustle. It's more quiet, more space,